Hi everyone. Okay, I really need to do this. Earlier I had a bit of a almost a panic attack or an anxiety attack. I really can't tell the difference between them every now and then. If you can't hear me, I apologize. I do have the dishwasher going and my son is watching a movie in the living room. Um, so I haven't done a video in a couple of days, mostly because I think the day before yesterday I ended up taking a nap with my son, and yeah, I ended up taking a nap with my son. And then the following day I went to the zoo with one of my adoptive mothers, who I met in Kansas through an ex-boyfriend of mine. She treated me and my son out to a day at the zoo, which was fun and fantastic. And then, well, now that brings us up to today. So about 2 days ago, I guess, was my last time that I uploaded a video. Or was it 3 days? I can't fully remember. So anyway, the previous day, from yesterday, the day before yesterday, I struggled a lot, and in the nighttime. I was having an attack. I try to keep them as mild as possible. I fight them as hard as I can. So sometimes, like, I get to the peak where I'm about to get thrown over the edge into a full-on attack, and then other times I actually end up having a full-blown attack, mostly because I have to allow myself to. I feel like I have to allow myself to, but I still fight it as much as I can. These are kind of new occurrences for me. I've had attacks before. I've had 2 really bad ones that I can recall. No, I haven't seen a doctor about this, nor have I seen a psychiatrist, but I used to go to counseling when I was in school, and that used to kind of help, especially during my breakup in college. I never told my counselor that it was hard for me to even enter my dorm room because I would have a panic attack or an anxiety attack. Like I said, I can't really differentiate between the two. And it would be crushing for a moment, but I would suck it up because I didn't want to be seen having an attack. So I would suck it up until I got into my room, and then I would handle it on my own by, drowning myself in YouTube videos, or watching random movies on Netflix, or even gaming. Sometimes I would listen to music while I was doing homework to even try to keep them at bay. And that's what I've been doing here lately too. Whenever I feel them coming on, I start throwing myself into a movie or YouTube. Here lately I've been doing these videos, and they've helped. They've helped tremendously, and I love doing them. I really do. I like doing the ones that don't pertain to talking about me and what I'm going through. like the ones where I talk about scary movies that I've recently seen or whatnot. And I was actually planning on doing a video today talking about my day trip at the zoo yesterday with my adoptive mom and my son and her best friend. But with today, with the way things are going, I don't know. So yeah, I was having issues the day before yesterday, the night before yesterday, I should say, about the trip, which is weird because normally I'm excited to get out of the house and I'm can't wait, and I'm just like planning what I want to do, planning all the things I want to see with my son, planning all the things I want to do with my son while I'm out. And usually that's kind of the take I have with it, but for some reason I started having anxiety issues with it. I was overthinking things, and then it doesn't help that day too, my husband and my son were wrestling to the point where my son smashed his upper lip on the couch, which isn't really even a couch because we can't afford one, but at the point. They both knew better. They both know that they shouldn't play on the couch, bed couch, because of how it is and what it is, and the fact that it's not even supposed to function the way it's functioning. And I told my son various times, don't play on the couch, the bed couch. And my husband knows that because he's told our son the same thing, and yet they were playing on the bed couch and my son smacked his lip. He ended up with a little bit of a bump right here in the middle. He's okay, he's fine. It was actually no big deal. I was just freaking out because it was a mom. I'm a mom, and moms freak out. At the time we didn't know where he hit until like the very next day. I kind of figured that's where he had hit because I did see like a little bit of some skin missing from his lip, like just like a one layer. And then I got onto them for again starting up to play on the couch. Just put it down, sweetie. That works. Yay. And as my son was getting off the couch, he decided it was going to be a smart idea to get off in an awkward way, and he smacked his head on the edge of the couch, or the side of his head on the edge of the couch bed. And it wasn't that bad. It was just kind of like a little hit, and he was already jarred from previous, so he did kind of cry out about it. I was worried about that. Because I panic over things like that, and if I don't constantly check on him, I feel like, something's gonna happen. This fear comes from watching and looking on Facebook way too much, because I see so many horror stories about this and that happening, and then like the next thing, bad things happen. And that's kind of like the way things go. I have like these things with him, and these things happen, and then the next thing I know, I'm panicking and I'm freaking out. But usually that happens like at night, so I was freaking out over that. I was freaking out over the fact that of the next day, like I said, I don't know why I was freaking out over that. I had no reason to freak out over that. And I knew I had no reason to freak out over that. But yet I still did. And then yesterday was great. I was fine. I was cool. Everything was awesome. I had fun. We both had fun. We both got to see a lot of animals. He got to enjoy it a little bit more than the first time he went to zoo, because of course he's older. He got to see a lot more different animals, because he was actually more interested in some of the animals. And he got to see butterflies, and he got to ride on a train for the very first time, which was fun and fantastic because we both had never ridden on a train before. So it was a new experience for us. And I also got to feed a lorikeet, I believe, and that was a new experience for me, and that was awesome. Um, and so we had a fantastic day. It was great. It was one of the best days I've had. I got to have adult conversation with someone other than my husband. And it felt great. It felt amazing, and I am so grateful and thankful to my mama Bev, because she is such an amazing person and really loving. I mean, I love the fact that she accepts me for who I am, no matter our differences and opinions and anything. And it's great. I love it. I love that I can still talk to her about anything and everything, and she's there. And she doesn't slam doors in my face. She doesn't call me out on it, or I don't know. I have had issues in the past, and I'm probably gonna get yelled and lectured for this, because it normally happens. But I can't help but feel that's the truth. I mean, that's how I perceived things when I was growing up. So anyway, so today, I don't know what it was that charged it. I don't know what was going down. I just started freaking out, and I was having problems breathing. I was having problems. My heart rate felt like it was speeding up and everything. And just a little while ago, I started feeling the same way too. That's why I started doing one of these videos, and I'm feeling better now. I'm okay. I just needed to calm down. I needed to talk it out, and that's what I'm trying to do here lately. I'm trying to talk it out. I'm trying to get through it. Mostly because my husband did just get benefits through his job, but I don't want to go to a therapist. Admittedly, I really didn't want to go through counseling when I was in college, but because of my ex's big mouth, and because I felt like I needed to be better for my ex, I went. And it was a good thing, though. It really, really was. And the counselor I went to got really worried when I didn't go back. Whenever summer break was over, Christmas break was over. So I had to tell her, sadly, that I couldn't make it back because I was suspended from school because my grades had slipped through, because I was going through a very big emotional time at this time. So anyway, yeah, I was going to talk about how I finally finished season 5 of American Horror Story. I finally watched all of Hotel. I was going to talk about Hotel because I thought it was interesting. I'm now starting on Roanoke of American Horror Story. I wish I could already see the new one, which is supposed to be set in present day, evolving around all the political hassles. I'm really curious about this newest season of American Horror Story. Here soon, I am going to do 13 Days of Elvira, because on Vudu they have free Elvira movies, and I am dying to watch them. I seen Elvira a little when I was growing up, and I loved her, but that's what might come up next. So anyway, I'm going to end this before it gets too long. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being there. I love you. Love, peace, and chicken grease.